Alrighty, folks, Corporal Hotpocket is here with the inaugural episode of the Orbital Drop podcast. We recorded a primer, episode 0, which was me and my imaginary friends. I'm kidding, it was me with these guys, but for some reason the recording software didn't pick up any other voices, which is why it just sounded like me talking to myself. Regardless, these guys are here now, so feel free to introduce yourselves if you want to.
Suck my balls.
Yeah, that's our boy Ty, and we got our boy Cancel.
We've been playing. You.
Yeah, we've been playing Halo Infinite since it came out. We were first playing the multiplayer in eager anticipation for the campaign. After the campaign released, I barely played multiplayer since I was just playing so much I
was playing a lot of it yesterday.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the campaign later in depth.
I've been busy with school stuff.
Yeah, same. That too. The little time I
played around an hour of it.
Yeah, the little time I could play was mostly on the campaign after the campaign release, but I played a little bit of multiplayer, and I played quite a bit before that. Regardless, what are you guys' thoughts on the multiplayer so far?
Better.
Better, all right. What do you
Better
think?
than at launch.
Better than launch. So it's gotten better. But like, as an overview, what do you guys think are the great parts, the not so great parts, the whole package for the Halo Infinite multiplayer?
It's mostly really good.
All right. What do you think, Cancel?
I would concur with that. I think it's mostly really good.
All right. So
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
All right. So my personal opinions and experiences are these. I was never a big multiplayer guy. I still am not. I don't know why. It's just I never feel like I'm doing so good. I always feel like I have to concentrate instead of relaxing. But I had fun. Although sometimes it was pretty hard. It felt like.
What does that say? You have a skill issue in combat.
Yeah.
True.
Sure. You guys are assholes. Regardless, so I was having fun. Sometimes it did feel like a sweat fest. That's why when I started playing mostly bots, that's when I had a lot of fun. Yes, I know they make fun of me for playing with bots. Regardless, but I still have fun even when playing against other players. Although sometimes it would get frustrating, and that's just because it feels competitive. But I also feel like it's a refined version of some of the other multiplayer's components like Halo 5 and Halo 3. I do like that it's got a good core gameplay. It doesn't get dominated by any specific weapon. Like Halo 3, I feel like Halo 3 would have been good had the BR not dominated so much. Because on paper, it has the base weapons, dual-wielding, power weapons, turrets, vehicles, everything. But it gets particularly dominated by the BR for when it comes to weapons, regular weapons, and the Spartan laser when it comes to vehicle combat.
Oh yeah, speaking of the BR, let me just interrupt. The Halo Infinite BR is like the best BR ever. Oh
Right.
my
God. I agree.
Right, it's really nice.
Playing SWAT with it is nice.
Right, and I really like it as well. I feel like it doesn't quite dominate like the Halo 3 one does. Instead, it's got.
I know, but the sound, the power it makes.
Sound, exactly.
Here's the thing. The Halo 2 BR does have the power sound, but still not as good as the Halo Infinite one. The Halo 3 one.
The Halo Infinite one has some more oomph to it.
Exactly. The audio design is really nice, and I really like its performance as well. It just feels right when you use it. The pistol also has its perfect role since it doesn't dominate like the Halo 1 pistol, but it also isn't completely worthless like pretty much Halo 2 and 3's. It works really nicely. It knows exactly what it needs to be, and that is it's literally it's the name, the sidekick. It helps finish off enemies, but it doesn't steal the show on its own. I also like the different class of weapons and their different damage. I like that. So plasma weapons are all right. Although the plasma pistol has been downgraded a little bit from what it used to be. The electric weapons work pretty nicely, and I like their shock rifles damage over time, continuous damage mechanics. Like
I hate how they nerfed the what's it called?
Disruptor.
No. The Ravager.
Yeah, but wait, the Ravager is which one is that?
Sorry, what? Sorry,
the Banished plasma weapon.
The Ravager?
Yeah.
That thing sucks.
Yeah. So
because they fucking nerfed it.
So yeah, it was a little bit too powerful at first though. Like someone would just fire one burst into someone and then melee them, and that would be.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a power weapon. Now it's like a fucking.
I thought it was. Is it really?
Now it's like a plasma pistol.
Oh.
No.
Well, it feels like it. Well, not it doesn't feel like a
yeah.
Feels like
yeah,
it
I
in terms of
agree. I
damage.
agree.
So I mean, so is this supposed to be a power weapon, or is this supposed to be something more
Yeah,
like?
literally all the a lot
Bro,
of the
it's
major
huge.
brutes in the campaign wield Ravagers, and the campaign is a beast in the
That's
the
true.
Ravager is a beast in the campaign.
Right, and yeah.
But we're talking about multiplayer.
Yeah, but I'm just like explaining its context.
Yeah,
Why make it for higher ranking brutes and not make it a power weapon?
Well, I guess so. I haven't used it too much.
It runs out of ammo really quickly, also.
Yeah,
so why
that's
not
what-
make it a power weapon?
Right now, how useful do you guys think its charge effect?
That can be
Useless, or not useless, but not as useful as I would
it's
hope.
very niche.
Yeah, I feel like it's the area denial potential is limited by the fact that the radius is too small and it kills you too slowly. So you have to actively stay in a very small area for a long amount of time for it to actually be effective. So you know, if instead of having if that was the side and the main usage of the alt fire was just increased damage, that would be something. Like,
well, yeah, if you do it in close range, you're gonna get fucking burned by that shit.
right. So you don't want to do that.
Which, by the way, makes zero scientific sense. Just pointing that out.
All right. How about the vehicles? What do you guys have to say about the vehicles?
They're trash.
Yeah. So
I like the Warthog, but
Like
the Banshee is utter
functionality. I think like
the Banshee is utter garbage.
yes, like
the air vehicles.
the vehicles need
The
a buff.
Wasp, okay, the Wasp it's quite maneuverable. I like it, but it's just I don't know. It
I
feels
feel like
too
the
much
Wasp-
like the Banshee sometimes.
I feel like the Wasp weapon.
I do like it. I do like firing it. Some people have complained that the guns are underpowered.
I think
but I
they're
don't know.
underpowered.
I've never really had any. I like the guns. They're easy to
think
aim. And
a
I
lot
like
of
the
the
rockets. I like the rockets too, but they're unguided, of course. So
All right, go ahead.
I don't mind like the damage that the vehicles do, their functionality, but they're just too weak for me.
Yeah, and this is something we'll talk about later in the campaign, in the next episode. But like the air vehicles in Infinite in multiplayer, they just get shot to pieces way too quickly. Like what was it? How many sniper shots is it to kill Banshee? Like 4?
I can kill a Warthog in like a full round of a sniper if I recall correctly.
So it's incredibly weak. So the only.
do you think?
Yeah.
Never mind.
So the only standout vehicles I can think of are the Ghost, because the Ghost feels pretty useful.
The Ghost, yeah, I think the Ghost is a good, and the Razorback also.
right?
This is one problem I
And
have
the gun goose.
with the vehicles, and this really applies to the Ghost. The guns, their audio design, their sound, it does not sound powerful. It sounds weak.
Yeah.
Like there's no
The
oomph to
Wraith,
it. There's
the
no like
Wraith.
power.
Right.
The Wraith does not sound as menacing.
I've barely used the Wraith.
Exactly.
So
I was about to point that out. Assuming you've been lucky enough to even see one, let alone use it.
I've only really seen them in Fiesta.
Yeah, they're really rare for.
I don't know if I agree with the idea that the longer in the match, the more powerful weapons you'll get.
I mean that just makes the first
In BTB at least.
Yeah, that just makes the first half or whatever of the match just dull. That's not really ideal. All right. Now let's see. How do you guys feel about the UNSC weapons?
A lot of them are good. I think a lot of them are decent.
Really good.
All right. What's your go-to? What is your guys' go-to basic weapon? Not your power weapon. What's your go-to basic UNSC weapon? It's like
I like the BR.
BR. All right.
BR and Commando.
I like the
I like the BR and the sidekick.
Yeah, I like the Commando and the AR. There's one problem. I feel like the spread is just too exaggerated for these things. Like
I don't like the AR.
The AR is alright.
I mean, it looks cool, but
I think the AR needs maybe a little bit of a damage nerf, and also I think its bloom needs to be a bit quicker, like to activate.
So for me, the main problem for these, especially for the Commando, is just like the bloom seems the bloom just seems a little too intense for me. Like I'm
Yeah, I agree. With
like
the Commando,
I see the reticle, and the bullet is literally traveling, and I'm shooting at the ground, and
it feels like there's too much bloom on the Commando. Yeah.
Right. It's
I
just
have to feather my shots with it.
Right. It's just like, bruh. And like I was firing the Impact Commando or whatever it's called in campaign, and I'm firing at like really close range, like I don't know, 20 meters, 30 meters, like not super long. And I'm firing, and I see the bullets like hitting a foot to the side of where I'm aiming at, and this is like really close range. And I'm like, bro, no way the recoil would be that intense that I couldn't, keep the gun straight like that. So I feel like I see what it's. So yeah, the commando is meant to be like the cross between the AR and DMR, and I like that it's got it's got higher damage, longer range, but with a lower rate of fire, so you're able to fire precise single shots as well. But I just feel like it would lean more towards the DMR side of that because we already have the AR, we don't have the DMR, so it's meant to be a cross in between, but it should lean more towards the side that is missing. That's the DMR. All right. What about power weapons? How do you guys feel about the power weapons?
I love the Hydra.
They're pretty good. Yeah, I like the Hydra. I like the Cinder Shot. Unpopular.
My problem with the Hydra is it sounds like a fucking energy weapon.
It does.
It sounds like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a thump sound. Like,
so wait,
if that makes
what's
sense.
the damage difference between the unguided and the guided? Like you deal more damage if you fire unguided, right?
I think the unguideds are also faster. Like
yeah,
in terms of fire speed.
All right, the Cinder Shot.
And I think that's a good balance.
I like the Cinder Shot.
Yeah, I love nothing obliterates a whole line of enemies, a whole pile of enemies coming at you like the Cinder. You just pump a couple of bullets, a couple of rounds into it, and it will just it's powerful. It is very, very powerful. The Cinder Shot is amazing.
It feels kind of, to me, in a way, it kind of feels like a spiritual successor to the Reach grenade launcher.
It does, yeah, it does. But it also feels like a cross between the grenade launcher, a much beloved weapon, and the concussion rifle, a much hated weapon. I feel like it balances the two and leans towards the favorability far more. I just love using the Cinder Shot. I love using it. I love blowing up, watching the massive, colorful explosion, watching people incinerate. Because of it, it's really nice. It's really, really nice. How do you guys feel about the skewer? The meme.
Skewer's based. It's a better Spartan laser in my opinion.
Guys, the skewer is supersonic. Fun fact.
Yeah. According to our boy Installation 00, the projectiles that you're able to see travel in air
faster than the speed of light or speed of sound.
Yeah. He said it's like.
Oh, let's make a speed of light weapon. What could go wrong?
Oh boy. Don't give them ideas. They already dropped the ball in Shadows of Reach when they said
That's
that.
called hit scan.
Yeah, that's actually absolutely
Fuck
true.
you.
Oh dear God, I should have thought of that. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. So regardless, the skewer. No, it's not supersonic. You can see the bullets travel in the air. What do you guys think about its usage, its functionality?
It's really good.
What do you think, Cancel?
I think it's a great weapon.
I absolutely love the skewer. I love everything it does. I think it's really powerful. I think it's really based. I feel like it's instant kill wherever it hits you. Is complemented well by its single shot magazine. But it also
I like the sound.
Oh boy, it's amazing. Its design is absolutely awesome. The skewer's just got here. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's also got enough ammo. 8 shots is normally like a problem I see, at least in the camp. Yeah, at least with the other guns, is that I feel like sometimes they have a little bit too little ammo. But for the skewer, 8 shots, which are each one is an instant kill if you hit it. I think it's perfectly reasonable to me. Very, very strong, very powerful weapon. Very enjoyable to use. Looks awesome. Melee is awesome. What about the other power weapons? What do you guys think of the sniper rifle, rocket launcher?
Sniper rifles. I heard it's a bit.
I like
a bit
the
hard to get
sniper.
It's a bit hard to get a thing with it. I don't like how there's like something with aiming out of scope. Apparently.
I think it's like you look at the. You look through the through your scope, like through your actual scope.
It increases accuracy like a ton.
Yeah,
I
something.
think. Okay, and then the rocket launcher is it's a good spanker, I guess.
Yep,
it's good for what it is.
What do you guys think about the reduced ammo capacity? What's it called?
Huh?
The reduced ammo capacity of these guns, of the rocket launcher specifically. We used to.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. It makes sense to me, I guess, since it's a power weapon.
So in Halo 1, we had 8+2. In most of the other Halo games, we had 6+2. Now we have 4+2. Has this ever bothered you guys? Basically?
Not really.
Right.
No.
All right.
I always treated the spanker as a special occasion weapon, so I didn't.
Right.
So this doesn't really change much for me.
Right. All right. How do you guys feel about the usage of grenades? We have a whole bunch of grenades.
Too much grenade spam.
Too much. Yeah. okay. So Halo 3 dabbled with trying a whole bunch of different grenades of specialized, that are specialized. Do you guys think Infinite does that well, or what? What are the problems or the advantages of the grenades in Halo Infinite, in your guys' opinion?
I think they have some. I like the selection of grenades.
So I like the Dynamo. I feel like
Dynamo is a good grenade, although I do think it's a bit too powerful with its EMP.
So do you think it doesn't
Like if you throw it anywhere near a vehicle, it's gonna fucking disable it.
right? It
I
doesn't.
feel like it should like get within a very small radius or touch it. Like,
What if okay?
It's too overpowered against vehicles, my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
like I guess you can have that large radius for like enemy players, but for vehicles, I would change the radius a bit.
So it doesn't like tase or stun enemy players like and lock them in place like it does in for
In the
enemies
campaign.
but it does
Yeah.
still deal massive EMP damage, right?
Yeah, it just it deals sustained damage for a bit.
So what was I gonna ask? Oh, nice. So how powerful do you guys think the EMP should be? So just like on contact or like a very small radius for vehicles and shields?
I think that's how it should be for the dynamo grenades. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, all right. Now, do you guys feel like there's a little bit of a redundancy problem with the spiker and plasma grenades? Because they essentially do a very similar job.
I mean, not always, because I like how the spike grenades actually, like, when they explode, the spikes go flying everywhere.
Right. And I feel like Infinite fixed the problem that previous Halo games had, like Halo 3 and ODST.
Apparently, also, the spike grenades, they deal damage on contact.
Yeah. Is it a significant amount, though?
I wouldn't think so.
I haven't really noticed it much, so if it's not noticeable, then it's more of a gimmick, in which case it doesn't really make much of a difference. Now, so for me,
geez.
I do like the fact that the spike is a little different, because when it was first introduced, it literally felt like a rip-off plasma grenade that was even more truncated towards sticking. Like if you weren't hit by the spike grenade, even if it blew up like a foot next to you, next to no damage. Of course, now it's got more of a nuance, and I really love its explosion. The way you actually do see the spikes blow off in a whole bunch of ways. Now, when you guys use the grenades in multiplayer, do you ever actually check to see what grenade you have and switch over to a grenade or do you just toss it out? You just.
I try to make sure on my keyboard. I
need to get out of the habit of. I need to get into the habit of looking, but I barely ever do.
All right.
I have it to the side. My mouse has side buttons on it, and I have them mapped to switching grenades because I know on controller switching grenades is a hassle.
It's okay if you're not used. So this is something that Xperia said for both grenades and equipment, because they're all tied with the.
It's like you press the left on the D-pad, and then you have to click a different direction.
Right. Now, what Xperia said is this applies towards equipment, but it works the same deal towards grenades. Is you memorize it, like you just get used to saying, I want drop wall.
So then left is grapple. I think right then down is
right. Exactly. You memorize that. You memorize that muscle memory. You may not even be able to like say it, but you have it memorized. And that's probably the best. Now, of course, that provides that may be something that some players may have a difficulty adjusting it, just memorizing that by heart. But other people might consider it part of the skill gap. Button combos. So what do you guys think about that? Is that a fair level of progression in skill as you get better at the game, or should it be more level for new people and veteran people?
I don't really know. I don't really have a comment on that.
I haven't found it much of an issue, but
Alright.
Once again, I don't play that much multiplayer, so I don't really know.
Alright, you probably play more than me.
So then, what else was there?
Alright.
What else was there to talk about?
Banished weapons. How do you guys feel about the Pulse Carbine? Pulse Carbine eliminated two of the most long-lasting and beloved weapons in Halo. How do you guys feel about that?
It's a good weapon, but it doesn't replace those.
Yeah, that's what I agree. I still think the regular plasma rifle could work.
I think it's I find it's a pain in the ass to use in multiplayer, but I like it in campaign.
Yeah, I remember what's his name. Late Night Gaming said in one of his videos that he didn't the pulse carbine and the plasma pistol seemed to click for him more in campaign than in multiplayer.
Right.
No, in my opinion, the plasma pistol is utter garbage. I hate it.
Yeah, that is true.
Utter garbage. It's the worst
talk
plasma
about that?
pistol of any Halo game.
I
in my opinion.
agree. I can agree with that big time.
Besides maybe the Halo 4 one.
So I don't
Yeah.
really I don't use it that much. What's so bad about it?
It is
okay.
just weak. It is
Weak hip shots. Terrible tracking with the charge shot. No EMP. Yeah.
No, wait, no,
The
no, bruh.
The sidekick has a faster draining
and the
shield
sound
time.
fucking rapes my ears every time I hear it.
Oof, it's not good.
Also, the design sucks.
Yeah, they went with the Halo 5 design.
Yeah, that is
That
a
pissed
problem.
me off.
That
Like
is a
how you gotta return to the classic pistol design.
I like the rectangular design. The angular design is the best design. Making it rounded, like looks like a fucking Happy Meal toy.
Right. So, all right. How do you guys feel about the disruptor? Do you ever think about it?
Disruptor, I actually kind of like it.
All right. So, what's his name? Ascent Hyperion made a video about it, talking about.
I saw that. I liked that video a lot.
Right. Same here. And that's actually really interesting that the disruptor paired with the
Sidekick.
sidekick, it has the the fastest kill time or something like that of any Halo game. That's pretty. Do you guys think that's overpowered? Do you guys think it's good? It's something that's a little niche. So,
it's niche, but I like it.
All right. So this also plays into the role of development and skill difference. Yes, I know it's simply a difference in skill. We all mean that, but actually, that actually happens. It's like Infinite seems to go down the line of thinking of, the longer you play the game, the more little tricks you would learn. They'll give you an advantage over a noob. Do you guys think that's
like
good?
six shots with the disruptor will kill somebody.
Right. Do you guys think that's good and that's the path?
That is. I like the way the disruptor does that.
Now, do you guys think this is going to be a problem for Halo's Infinite's population? Because you have this. I mean, it's not like the skill gap isn't as bad as, say, Halo 2's button combos, but it is still to a degree where you might have someone being completely outmatched by someone else of equal skill just because of time spent. Do you guys think that may cause problems, and that's the way Halo should go, or instead of pleasing everyone, or should the hell? Yeah.
Pleasing everyone never goes good for Halo.
True.
So, all right. So, you guys think that it should lean towards, promoting people get good at this game specifically, and being veteran Halo players.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
All right. What game modes do you guys play the most?
Fiesta.
Big Team Battle.
I would play Big Team Battle more, but it's broken right now.
What's wrong with it?
You can't. It's hard to connect to servers. Like the servers are busted.
Oh, that's not good. MCC syndrome.
Yeah, this happened right as they were about to leave. This happened right as they left for their holiday break. The servers broke.
That is not good. Well,
nice job, 3 for 3.
They tried. Guys, there was an effort. Okay. So when I played a lot of Slayer, of course, because that's kind of what it was available at the time. When I played, it was far more limited. And I played Fiesta when that came around because I liked using the power weapons a lot more. So when Big Team Battle worked, did you like playing that, Ty?
Huh?
When Big Team Battle worked, did you like playing that over regular Slayer?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. And so how big are the player counts for Big Team Battle right now?
Well, they're not existent right now because it's broken.
Right, but I mean, when the game was, I guess
when the game worked, yeah, they were healthy.
What was it like? Like the players per match was like what, 28?
The match, it's 12v12.
Yeah. Oh, so 24. That's a very big population. And
I wish there were a couple more maps though.
Yeah. What was I gonna ask? What was I thinking about? Did you think that was too many people or not enough people? Do you think it worked basically?
It works. I think it works, especially with the maps.
All right.
It does not feel like they added there's too many.
Do you think the vehicles and collaboration was strong enough? Because in previous games, like Halo 3, for example, you could get in a Warthog with 3 other people. You could get with in a Hornet with 3 people. You could get in a Falcon. So, do you think Infinite has that level of teamwork between different people, or is it just a whole bunch of idiots running around?
It depends. I think the Razorback is the best vehicle. Actually, I think it might be my favorite vehicle in the game, actually.
Okay.
For ground vehicles, I think that teamwork is there. For air vehicles, obviously not, because the only
Air vehicles are just way
one-seaters.
too weak.
Yeah, they're too weak.
And they're just one-seaters.
Right. Do you think that Infinite would benefit more if it had the Hornet rather than the Wasp?
I'm obligated to say that I think the game should have had the Falcon.
We all love the Falcon.
Falcon with the cannon.
Or they could have just made it a completely new vehicle.
Well, they did make it. Well, actually, no. Wasp was in the previous.
The Wasp was in Halo 5.
In Halo 5, they had the Wasp, the Banshee, and then what was that? The Phazon was it called?
Phazon.
Yeah, the Forerunner one, it sucked. I hated it.
Yeah, that's like 3 of almost. I think in the Phazon and Wasp's case, I'm pretty sure they were like almost completely similar, like almost identical. I think.
Yeah.
One
It
of
was
them
called
just
the
had a dash ability.
Phaeton, whatever.
Phaeton, whatever it was called.
Phaeton, yeah.
Whatever. I don't even know how they come up with these names. Regardless. Do you guys think that a Falcon with the cannon on could be well balanced? The Falcon, of course, in the I think in MCC Reach they added the Falcon with the cannon and the I think they had the grenade, the cannon. It definitely had the grenade launchers. Do you think something like that could be well balanced in Infinite, fulfilling the role of an air transport and tactical?
Maybe. I'm not really sure though, because I don't have much experience with Greek multiplayer.
What do you think, Cancel?
I just pissed off Cancel.
It's alright.
I really don't know, honestly.
Well, Cancel, you gotta figure it out.
I mean, the fact that UNSC is still building vehicles that have rotor blades makes no sense, but...
Wait,
sure.
what? You think they should have had anti-gravity by now?
They do.
Yeah, but...
Because it looks cool. Who cares about practicality?
It does look cool, but they could make something look cooler.
I feel like they're trying to...
Here's the thing. The rule of cool is certainly real, but it doesn't make any sense, because sometimes they'll do things that aren't as cool as what they could be.
You're right. Now, I believe that the reason why they're going with the with the roller is they're trying to establish UNSC as being more grounded, sci-fi, even though...
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I understand that. And, so, part of it
It's also why the Scorpion is the Scorpion.
Right, now people... Let's not get into the... We'll make another video.
The Scorpion is a great tank. I don't care what anyone says. It would absolutely destroy the M1 Abrams. Anyone that says otherwise is retarded. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Cancel. Either way, let's see. What else? Ooh. Banished versus UNSC snipers. Do you guys think that there's enough nuance so that they're not just ripping each other off? Do you guys think that... Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, because the skewer is like way more powerful than the regular sniper, but it's also projectile based.
Right.
And the regular sniper has more shots.
Right. So we got total of 4 snipers. Ordinarily that would cause saturation, but they all have their nuances. So we got, of course, the regular sniper. We got this stalker rifle. The what is it called? The taser rifle.
The shock rifle.
Shock rifle, and we got the skewer. And they all have their own nuances. Do you think that there's a little bit too much like saturate, like they're overlapping, or they do their specific niche as well? What do you guys think about that?
I guess you could make the argument that there's too much overlap. I don't. I mainly use the shock rifle for
vehicles.
What's it called? EMP related shit. I can't get the hang of the shock rifle. I like the stalker rifle also. It's weaker than the others. It feels more like a DMR.
Right. But part of that means that it takes, instead of requiring power weapon ammo, it requires
kinetic ammo, plasma.
Right, and that's part of its nuance.
I also like how it's red plasma.
Yeah, I know. I like that too. It looks really nice.
The plasma in Infinite, I do not like its mechanics.
What do you mean?
Especially when it hits something, it turns like a gooey paint. Like, what?
I think that's trying to go with the aesthetic of like napalm or something, because napalm is kind of gooey like that. Of course, gooey at 1,000.
I like the way the Forerunner hard light looks.
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't like how they made all the Forerunner stuff purple. It should be the blue.
I like purple.
I hate the purple. But the Forerunner weapons are good, so...
Right.
All right, so wait, before we get there, what else were you going to say, Pockets?
I kind of forgot. I don't know what else I had in mind. But, Oh yeah. The stalker rifle. It fulfills its role pretty well, and it compensates by having taking ammo from the plasma dispenser. This plays more.
Also, it does not like self cooldown nearly as fast as the others.
Right. That's another thing, and I kind of like that mechanic because you have to keep track of that, and you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Now you can fire it quite a bit before it overheats. But it builds up, so you got to keep track of it. You got to think about it, and that adds complexity, which it can be a problem for some, but it could also be some fun for others. And I feel like it does it pretty well. All right, let's see. What else did I have in mind? Banished Vehicles. We talked a little bit about that. What do you guys think about the chopper?
Tragic.
I have not used it too much. Why?
Good.
I barely use it.
Chopper is only cool for that EMP glitch where you can go soaring across the map.
Oh, it's not.
The one Mint Blitz always uses.
Well, yeah, it's been fucking Mint Blitz.
Yeah, the guy does all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah, like leaving 120 games mid-match.
Wait, did he actually do that?
I've heard some bad things about Mint Blitz, like that he... Have you?
No.
All I heard is that he left 120 games mid-match.
Why? Was he like trying to get an achievement, or it's just
I don't know, but it's just funny.
I've heard from people that he tries those tricks, some of them, that he the ones he pulls off in multiplayer like a million times, and yeah.
I know one of his things was faked, like one of his fusion coil things was faked, but whatever.
What do you mean faked? Like edited in video or something?
Anyways, the chopper needs to get its ability to destroy vehicles back.
Right. Do you guys think it's too weak? The chopper doesn't.
It feels sluggish. It feels stiff. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I agree.
All right. Let's see. What else does this leave?
The design is cool, though. I think.
Yeah. Do you guys think they should have vehicle variants? We see only a couple of vehicle variants in the campaign. Mostly is the Is it no, not the virus? It's the other guy. Hyperius is.
We didn't cover the Scorpion. Do you guys like the Scorpion?
Oh,
I like the Scorpion.
I don't like the Scorpion, and I'll tell you exactly why. The Scorpion was perfect in what game? Do you guys think?
I don't know.
Halo.
All of the original ones.
Wrong. The Scorpion was perfect in well, technically 2 games, which would give you
Halo 4. I'm just kidding.
Halo 3 is when the Scorpion was perfect. Why? Because the Scorpion was fast, the Scorpion had a decent rate of fire, the Scorpion was not made out of paper mache, and the Scorpion didn't feel like it was slingshotting projectiles at you. The Scorpion worked. And ODST, of course...
There's this, though... I'm going to get ahead of myself.
It's hard to drive, honestly.
Yeah, like, when you try turning, it automatically...
It's so hard to turn!
That controls.
That's
like,
annoying.
it automatically acts like you're reversing, and the controls get all...
Yeah, that's annoying.
There's this one moment in the campaign, starting to get ahead of myself, that, like, implies it wants you to do a Scorpion run, but the Scorpion gets, like, destroyed almost instantly.
Yeah, I feel like, so the Scorpion, in my opinion, is just too weak. Let's see, what else? But to me, another main problem, aside from the fact that it's made out of paper mache, is projectile velocity. This is something that every single Halo game, well, I don't know about Halo 5, but nobody cares about Halo 5. Every single other Halo game has gotten...
Guys, but it's okay because it fires pure tungsten.
No.
The Halo 5 Scorpion also looks ugly.
It does look ugly. We're not here to talk about that.
It looks plasticky, just like the Infinite one.
At least the Infinite's base design looks better.
Right, but the main problem with it is projectile velocity is so slow. Halo 3 had it perfect, and then Halo 3 got slower. Halo 4 got slower. Halo 5, I don't care. Halo Infinite, I don't know if it got slower, but it sure as hell didn't get faster, which is what it was supposed to. And that's the problem. It's supposed to. I mean, you're literally chucking it. You see it fly through the air. It's supposed to be a tank cannon. Do you know how fast tank guns fly? Like, this thing is so slow. And of course, it makes making shots terrible. Also, I hate the fact that you can't have Marines ride on the sides like you used to. That was such a cool aspect. So the Scorpion, don't get me wrong, it works and it doesn't, but it's not what it used to be. And
I think vehicles need a bit of a rework.
They do need a bit of a rework, but that's the advantage of Halo Infinite, is that first of all, it's fun enough where it doesn't piss you off.
God, what the fuck is happening with my Hydra?
Yeah. It's not bad enough where it's a deal breaker, and Halo Infinite also says that they have the built-in mechanism for improving the game long term. So hopefully we're going to see an improvement to all these problems that plague us right now. Hopefully.
Anyways, what's next on the agenda
for
weapons?
Next on the agenda, maps. We actually ironically talked about everything else other than maps. What do you guys think about the Halo Infinite maps? specific, like the maps alone?
I like them.
I like the maps.
All right. So for me, I think the maps are all right. I never really noticed any problems. I really like. They all feel dynamic and alive and unique.
What's the name of the map that's like really rocky, kind of small?
Uh,
I haven't played
is
them.
it a big team battle
It has
map
the
or-
big banished cannon on it.
Oh, that's a deadlock, I think.
I hate it. It's terrible.
Why? Too big?
What about launch
no, I
site?
just
What
don't
about
like
launch
how it,
site?
that. I think this. Okay. One, it's just not fun to play for whatever reason. I never have fun on it. And two, this goes to my complaints about the graphics. It looks absolute shit.
So my thoughts.
Specifically that one.
My thoughts on launch site is that I think it'd be better for like a 6v6 or something.
I love that they brought back launch site.
I like it. So wait, what is it currently? Big team?
It's arena, so it means like there's like a lot of moments where you're not fighting anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
Fuck, am I not getting any 10 ride
We're recording a
challenges?
video. Don't complain about Infinite.
It's alright. So, what about the other maps? Bazaar, do you guys like that one? Do you guys like the general aesthetics?
I like a lot
For
of
the
the
most
aesthetics.
part.
I like Bazaar.
Alright.
I do like the aesthetics, but the problem with the graphics is the plasticky look, and the plasticky look rears its rear end, especially in the rocks. So any rocky map looks like shit.
Yeah. Now, Halo Infinite tried to return, so Halo 4 had loadouts, which of course ruined it. Halo 5, I don't remember too much. I didn't play it too much, so I don't know how that happened. Halo Infinite tried to return back to the arena, having and it had to mix a lot of weapons, as well as the equipment, return of equipment, with specific map locations. Do you guys think Infinite did this well? Having certain.
Yes.
I got a beer beef for a second.
So I personally enjoyed it as well. I feel like you would remember where certain areas tend to spawn, and you would.
Yeah,
know...
but they also like every time you play the thing, the weapon racks will spawn different weapons, but like not completely random. Like they're gonna be like because like on what's it, recharge, this one area will sometimes spawn a needler, or that sometimes that area will spawn a mangler or something like a plasma pistol. That makes
exactly.
sense.
And you would, as a player, as you would play more Infinite, you would learn where to look for and what
like
to look
how in the bottom area of Live Fighter, there's always a shotgun, like the Heat Wave or the Bulldog.
Right, and this is something that players would learn, and this would cause these areas to be hot demand. And I feel, and the game would accommodate by having these areas have certain paths and stuff to accommodate for that, increased player engagement in that area. And I feel like Infinite does this pretty well. Do you guys feel like? I guess it's just you, Ty, because you Cancel's not here, and you play the most.
I'm here. He is to be right back. What's up?
Right.
I'm back.
All right. Do you guys think that? How do I put this? Oh yeah. How do we miss this? Armor customization. What do you guys think about that?
At its core, I think it's pretty good, but the problem is a lot of the ways you unlock this stuff to partake in customization is trash.
What do you think, Cancel?
I would basically agree with what he said. He put it great.
Right. So for me, the customization looks all right, except for the stuff tying into it. There are some pieces.
Oh, I mean the armor itself, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
but
but like there's the
yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
And so there are some pieces I probably would have wanted to see return, and I wish they would have returned to the Halo Reach style of customization, and as well as
Halo Reach had the best customization.
Right. But there are of course problems. The biggest problems are in the way you earn the armor, and that's just simply it's free to play.
Not good.
It's free to play, yes,
but it's still too expensive. I don't care if it's free to play. You can literally buy a AAA game for 3 of the most expensive weekly shop bundles.
Yeah, it's literally the classic.
Would you rather buy the whole ass campaign or 3 Mr. Chief AIs?
I know it's okay. And here's the dumbest part. If they lower the prices, they would make more revenue because more people would buy them.
I know that's my thought process. I'm not a businessman, but that kind of makes sense to me.
Like that's
kind of logical. If you lower the prices, you obviously got to find a middle ground between that. But like lowering the prices, I feel like would incentivize more people to partake in business.
Right. Never mind the bad the good press they would get, the good press from like hey, they're not being greedy. I think people.
Yeah, well, no one's really calling them out for being, or at least not.
I think they are.
No. I'm not saying like I'm saying like the gaming media.
Oh well, Cancel. You know exactly how gaming journalists are.
Yeah, a lot of people, they know about it. They said they're
The
trying
overall
to
gaming community has called them out. I agree.
Yeah, right, and rightly so.
But this isn't like this isn't like gambling.
I mean,
but
obviously,
still
this
expensive.
isn't
This is not
Battlefront 2 level. Yeah,
right.
It's still not good. It's probably I'd say it's for what it is. I think it might be one of the worst monetization systems I've seen.
Right,
because
it's not randomized, so that's
well,
good.
if it does turn out anything like Battlefront 2, it'll get better.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
Hopefully, I mean that's the thing is like we like the campaign.
Gears of War had a similar thing where its store launched and it was like absolute dog shit, and it did get better.
Okay.
So I hope the same thing happens here.
Right.
Battlefront 2 is like MCC, massive bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
And then DICE stopped supporting it so they could work on a broken Battlefield game.
I know.
Oh dear God, isn't that amazing? Oh boy. So, all right, what does this leave? Oh God, we are 20 minutes. What does this leave, folks? Have we said enough? Is there any closing?
We missed, I think, some more banished weapons and the Forerunner weapons.
All right, Forerunner weapons. Sentinel beam returns, and this time it doesn't look like the Promethean weapons. Holy damn! What do you guys think of the Sentinel beam? Its looks, its sounds, and its feels.
Orgasmic sound.
I like it. Definitely has a lot of recoil for a Sentinel beam, but
hard to, my opinion, hard to.
Once again, my overall thing about the Forerunner weapons is I don't like how they incorporate the purple aesthetic. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah, all right. My opinion is hard to aim. God help you if you do aim, or God help the other guy if you do aim. That thing melts through people. It's really
especially vehicles.
Oh yeah, because there's much bigger and slower. So yeah, it's really powerful. It's really nice.
It reminded me of the LAAT laser beam from Battlefront 2.
Yeah, it does.
Where you like fire that thing and it's like really hard to aim, but if you can cut through people with it, it's like it's overpowered.
Right. Now, let's see. What other? We talked about the Cinder Shot. What are the other major Forerunner weapons?
There's the Heat Wave.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that one? It's meant to be more of a shotgun type thing.
I think it's okay.
I never use it too much, mostly because of ammo and availability, but I don't have any problems with it, per se.
It's very inoffensive to me.
And then what justifies the scatter shot?
Scatter shot. Oh wait, that's the one from the other Halo games. Yeah.
Right. Scatter shot's the one from Halo 5, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. Perfect. Also, we're talking about the Scorpion being really crap. I'm playing it. I took a couple of plasma rounds and a plasma grenade stick on the turret, and the Scorpion's already flaming. So, yeah, this shit is...
Are you playing campaign?
Yeah, I'm playing campaign. We'll talk about the campaign later. All right, what else does that leave, folks? General thoughts, general ratings. What do you guys think? What would you rate the campaign out of 10? What do you like to do most? How much do you like to play it?
The campaign or multiplayer?
The multiplayer. That's what I meant.
Multiplayer, I like to play it when I get the time. It's like one of the only games I play currently because of how much work I got to do.
Same here. I got a lot of classwork, a lot of homework. How about you, Cancel? What would you rate the multiplayer at, and how much do you play it?
I would give it 9 out of 10, honestly.
9 out of 10. All right.
It's just very fun to play. It definitely has its issues, but overall, it's quite fun to play.
I give the multiplayer.
I just play it whenever I want to do anything casual with Halo. I mean, I haven't gone an MCC in quite a while, so.
Neither have I. All right, I
haven't gone an MCC since Halo Infinite launched.
Right.
Same. Okay, I might sound like a heathen for saying this or whatever the word is. I'm sorry, but
speak your mind.
Honestly, Halo Infinite made MCC feel outdated to me.
Oh, those are fighting words, but you're probably right. As for me personally, I think it was good.
But that always, yeah, I agree, but that's kind of expected.
Right. I was never much of a multiplayer guy. However, of the multiplayers I did play, Halo multiplayers, I definitely liked Infinite probably the most. I do like something about Halo 1's, Magnum being a massive equalizer for everyone, and Halo 2 Anniversary felt all right. But Halo Infinite was really fun. Part of that was also just us playing it because we're waiting for the campaign. But I did enjoy it to a degree. It was sweatfest at times, which did annoy me. But for the most part, it was all right.
It's a sweat fest if you're bad.
Cancel. Please shut up. You're gonna make me cry.
I was having some serious SBMM issues early when the game first launched. Like I kept getting paired with like mint blitz leveled players. I'm not sure if I've just gotten better or if it's kind of settling down now. But I'm having a much easier time now.
Right. So that's how I was feeling, and hopefully. Then again, though, for me, it could just be that I'm bad because like Mando was stomping me pretty hard, and he's not mint blitz to the best of my knowledge. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's
Mando's. We played with Halo 5 with Mando, and I didn't expect him to be good in Infinite based on what I saw in Halo 5.
Right. So maybe it's just the way the game plays differently, and he's really good at that specific style.
There's a lot of factors in Halo 5's movement and all that.
Right.
It does play like Halo 5 in many ways, so.
Right. It does, yes, but it also plays a lot like the other Halo games in many ways. It feels
kind of feels like Reach sometimes.
Yep. So yeah, for me, it overall works pretty well.
I guess this is kind of a broad way of saying it. But it kind of feels like Halo 5 Lite with a bigger focus on sandbox.
Right, which is pretty much what it needed to be, and in that case, it's really good. Any final thoughts, Cancel?
What supposed to say? Is this the rating? I already rated it.
Yeah, all right.
I'd rate it. I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably give it 7 or 8 out of 10, which is pretty. Again, it
definitely has flaws, but it's probably my favorite game I've played this year.
Right. So yeah, overall.
That's not saying much though.
Well, yeah, true, but I mean, like Metroid Dread and Forza Horizon 5 were really good. I'd probably say that I'd give those higher ratings, but I've still had more fun with Infinite, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fun factor. Yeah, I get that. So again, I was not much of a multiplayer person, but I looked into it at times. So maybe I might get better if I play more, but right now I've just been so infatuated with the campaign. Maybe as the campaign gets a little dull, which I mean I put 50 hours into it and I'm still playing it, so I liked it. Either way. Yeah, I've
put over 100 hours into the multiplayer.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was it. I think those were our thoughts as semi-veteran Halo players. We also come from all across the spectrum. Like Cancel, I'm pretty sure is half retarded. I'm somewhat sane, and Titanium is level-headed. By spectrum, I did not, of course, mean the autistic spectrum. I meant the gamer spectrum. Ty is a PC player. Cancel and I are Xbox. Overall, I think we agreed on a lot of the same points, so that shows that Infinite does something well. So, yeah, if you folks like this format, stay tuned for our thoughts on the campaign, where I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to say. We also are hopefully going to be joined by our buddy Gio, who is a loudmouth, drunk-ass Irishman. So he's hopefully going to add some more energy into the conversation. Either way,
I think the multi-campaign debate is going to be a lot more interesting. Because
it is.
You hear a lot of. I'm hearing not a lot, not like as much as like the other Halo divisions, but I'm hearing a little bit of conflicting opinions on some aspects of the campaign.
Yeah. Now, I think most of us like it a lot. So, slight spoiler: we're going to, of course, talk about the negatives because I think there's some negatives, and we might disagree over that. But none of us are particularly, hateful towards it. Like I've seen some people. So if you want to see like a Halo Infinite hate fest,
cough r/Halo.
Yeah, trash. The shit had to get shut down.
Right, we're not like that. We like it.
We're not. We should have done a video on the shutdown because there were a lot of lies spread about it.
I don't know that much about it, so one of you guys might have to inform me. Regardless, folks, I hope you like this video. And if you want to partake in some of these discussions, join my server. If you want to see the campaign discussion, stay tuned for tomorrow or the day after. Depends how long it takes me to edit this video. Regardless, folks, thanks for watching, and see you later.